Have you ever noticed? Some people never do a full-on cleaning day, yet their homes always look put together. It's not because they have tons of free time. And it's definitely not because they live alone. They just have a few simple habits, small things they do every day consistently without overthinking it. I wasn't like that before. There was always a messy corner and cleaning felt exhausting. Over time, I started trying a few tiny habits like tossing out-of-place items into a basket instead of running around or using a damp cloth followed by a dry one, so I only had to wipe once. So today, I'm sharing over 20 of the habits that have made my home feel 10 times cleaner and calmer than it used to. If you're also looking for ways to keep your home more put together without always feeling overwhelmed, these are habits you can start today. Now let's take a look at what they are. The first habit on our list today is to make your bed every morning. I used to leave it messy all the time. I'd get up, walk out of the room, and just ignore it. I thought, why bother? I'm getting back in it tonight anyway. But then I started doing it, just pulling the blanket up before I left the room. And honestly, it made a difference. It's quick. 1 minute, maybe 2. I don't fix it perfectly. I don't fluff pillows or fold anything fancy. I just straighten it a bit so it looks clean. What I noticed is on days when everything else felt like a mess, dishes, laundry, toys everywhere, at least the bed looked okay. That one spot felt done. And that helped me feel like I was handling things even just a little. It also makes the room feel better throughout the day. You pass by and it looks calm. It's a small win right at the start of the morning, and when you're tired or busy or not in the mood to clean, that small win counts. So if you're not sure what to clean first, just start with the bed. It's quick, it's easy, and it already makes the room look better. And by the way, if you're looking for more simple habits like this, I'll be sharing another set of things that completely changed the way I clean. Small steps, but they make everything feel lighter. That video's coming up next. But for now, let's get back to today's list. The second habit is to start your morning by running a load of laundry. I used to leave laundry until the basket was overflowing, and then I'd have to do 5 loads in one day and feel stuck at home waiting on the washer and dryer. It was exhausting. Now I just do 1 load in the morning. I start it right after I wake up before breakfast, before I even check my phone. That way it's running in the background while I'm doing other stuff. I don't think about it again until it beeps. Then I move it to the dryer. Later in the day, I fold it when I get a minute. That's it. It doesn't pile up. I don't feel behind. It's just one of those things that runs itself once it becomes a habit. And even if I skip a day, it's no big deal because things never get too out of control. So if laundry stresses you out or feels like too much, try starting your day with 1 load. Just 1. Get it going early and then let the machines do the work while you handle the rest of your day. The third habit is to take your shoes off when you come in. It sounds simple, but it makes a big difference. I didn't grow up doing this, so at first it felt a little awkward. But once I started, I realized how much cleaner the floors stayed. Less dirt, less dust, less stuff to sweep up later. Especially if you have kids who play on the floor or if you walk barefoot around the house, this habit helps more than you think. I just keep a small rug by the door and a basket for shoes. That way it's easy to remember and no one's tracking mud or dust into the living room. It also makes cleaning faster later on because I'm not scrubbing up mystery spots on the floor. And the best part is once you get used to it, you'll do it without even thinking. Just walk in, shoes off, done. One less thing to clean up later. If you're trying to keep your house looking a little neater without doing more work, this is an easy place to start. Just drop your shoes at the door. The next habit is to drink water while you're cleaning. I used to forget this all the time. I'd get busy picking things up, vacuuming, wiping down the counters, and then I'd suddenly feel tired or dizzy. That's when I realized I hadn't had any water. Now I just keep a cup or a bottle nearby. I take a few sips whenever I stop to switch tasks or walk into another room. It helps me keep going without feeling worn out. Cleaning takes more energy than we think, especially if you're doing a lot at once. so staying hydrated really makes a difference. If you're like me and often forget to drink, just leave your water where you can see it. On the counter next to the laundry basket, anywhere that's easy to grab. A few sips here and there is enough. You'll feel better and you won't be as drained by the end. The next habit is to clean the floors every day in the areas you use the most. For me, that's the kitchen, the hallway, and around the dining table. I used to wait until the whole house felt dirty before I'd vacuum or mop, but by then everything felt overwhelming. Now I just focus on the busy spots, the places where we walk the most, eat, drop crumbs, or track in dirt. I grab the vacuum and do a quick run-through. Some days it takes 5 minutes. If I don't have time to mop, I just spot clean. It doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to keep things from building up. This habit helps me feel like the house is under control, even if the bedrooms or other areas still need work. I don't stress about cleaning every single room every day. I just stick to the main areas. That's what we see and use the most anyway. And because I do it often, it never gets too bad. If you want your house to feel cleaner without spending hours, start with the floors you walk on all day. You'll notice a difference right away. Another habit is cleaning the kitchen right after cooking or even while I'm cooking. I used to leave everything until the end. Pans in the sink, crumbs on the counter, wrappers everywhere. I'd eat, get tired, and then dread the mess waiting for me. Now I clean as I go. If something's simmering, I rinse the cutting board or wipe the counter. I put things away while the food is still cooking. After we eat, there's a lot less left to deal with. The sink isn't overflowing and the kitchen feels more under control. It took me a while to get into this habit. At first, I just tried putting 1 or 2 things away while waiting for water to boil. Then I added wiping the counter while the food cooled. It's not about being perfect or having a spotless kitchen, it's just keeping things from piling up. And on nights when I'm really tired, I'm always glad I didn't leave it all to the end. If cooking makes your kitchen feel chaotic, try doing small cleanups in between. Even just 1 or 2 steps helps. It makes the after-dinner part so much easier. One simple habit that really helps is vacuuming under the dining table every day. At our house, this spot gets messy fast. Crumbs, rice, bits of food, especially if you've got kids, you know what I mean. I used to ignore it until the weekend, and by then it felt like a whole meal had fallen down there. Now I just do a quick vacuum once a day, usually after lunch or dinner. It takes maybe 1 minute. I don't move all the chairs. I just get the main area where we sit. If I skip it, I notice right away things start sticking to my socks or I step on something crunchy. It's not a deep clean. It's just a quick sweep to stop the mess from building up. And because I do it often, it never turns into a big job. The rest of the kitchen might be okay, but if under the table is dirty, the whole space feels off. So even when I don't have time to clean everything, I still try to do this part. It's fast, easy, and makes a big difference. Next up is a habit I didn't think would matter much at first, but it really does. Changing the tablecloth every few days has become one of my favorite habits. I used to leave the same one on for a week or more. It would get crumbs stuck to its stains from tea or sauce and just start to feel gross. But I didn't think much of it until I noticed how much better the whole dining area looked when I swapped it out. Now I try to change it every 2 or 3 days, sometimes even sooner if it's really messy. I keep a few simple tablecloths on hand, nothing fancy, just ones I can throw in the wash and reuse. It takes 2 minutes to switch it out, shake off the crumbs, and put a fresh one on. And suddenly the space looks cleaner even if I haven't done much else. It's also easier than wiping down the whole table after every meal. When the cloth gets dirty, I just roll it up and put on a new one. Done. This small habit keeps the area looking nice without a lot of effort. If your table is where everyone gathers, eats, drops stuff, or leaves bags, it makes a difference. Clean surface, clean feeling. That's all. Another habit I've added in the last couple of years is wiping down the things we touch all the time, like door handles, light switches, and the fridge door. I don't do it every day, but I try to give those spots a quick wipe every few days. Before I got into this habit, I didn't really notice how dirty they got. But once I started paying attention, I saw smudges, fingerprints, even sticky spots, especially in places like the bathroom door or the hallway switch. It's not a big job. I just grab a damp cloth sometimes with a little cleaner and walk through the house for 5 minutes. One quick swipe on each spot is enough. I usually do it when I'm already cleaning something else, like after wiping the kitchen counters or finishing the bathroom sink. It's not about being super detailed. It's just regular upkeep so those high-touch spots don't get gross. And if someone in the house is sick, I do it more often. It's one of those small things that helps the whole house feel fresher, even if nothing else is spotless. Try picking 1 or 2 spots today and just wipe them down. It takes almost no time, but it makes a difference. The next small habit that's made cleaning easier for me, using 1 wet cloth and 1 dry cloth to wipe down surfaces. I didn't always do this. I used to grab 1 rag, wipe something down, and call it done. But half the time the surface still looked streaky or kind of damp. Now I do it in 2 steps. I use a wet cloth with just a little dish soap and water, wipe the area first, then follow right behind with a dry cloth. That second step makes a big difference. The surface dries quickly, looks cleaner, and I don't get water spots or streaks. I use this method on countertops, tabletops, even the bathroom sink. It sounds like an extra step, but honestly it's not. I just keep both cloths with me as I go. Wet first, dry second. Done. And if I rinse the wet one often, I can use it for a lot of areas in one go. This little habit has made the kitchen and bathroom stay looking clean longer. It also helps me move faster because I don't have to go back and wipe things twice. So if you're wiping with 1 cloth and still not happy with how things look, try the 2-cloth method. It works. Something else that's helped me a lot is keeping basic cleaning supplies in each room. It used to be that everything was stored under the kitchen sink. So if I wanted to wipe the bathroom mirror or clean up a spill in the hallway, I had to go all the way back to get the spray and cloth. Half the time I'd get distracted and forget to come back. Now I just keep a few simple things in each space, like a spray bottle, a rag, maybe a sponge. I have a small bin under the bathroom sink, 1 in the hallway closet, and of course 1 in the kitchen. That way, if I see something that needs a quick clean, I can just do it right then. No delay, no excuses. This doesn't mean I deep clean every room all the time. It just means I can stay on top of little messes before they build up. It's one of those make it easy to do the right thing habits. If everything's already nearby, you're more likely to wipe the counter, clean the mirror, or take care of that weird spot on the wall. Try it in just 1 room and see how much easier it feels. Next up, one habit that helps me stay on top of things is doing a full clean of the low-traffic areas once a week. These are the spots we don't think about much, like the hallway, the guest room, or the corners of the living room. They don't get messy fast, so it's easy to forget about them. But after a while, dust builds up, or the floor gets that dull look, and suddenly the whole house starts to feel off. So now, I pick 1 day a week, usually Friday or Saturday, and I walk through those quiet spots. I vacuum, wipe down any surfaces, maybe open the windows for a bit. It takes maybe 20-30 minutes total. Because I do it regularly, it never feels like a big job. And I don't have to deep clean unless something actually needs it. This habit helps me feel like the whole house is being cared for, not just the busy zones like the kitchen or dining area. If you've got rooms or areas that don't get daily attention, try giving them a little love once a week. Just a quick reset. You'll notice the house feels fresher overall. Another small habit I picked up is vacuuming in a crosshatch pattern. It sounds fancy, but really it just means going over the floor in one direction, then again in the other like an X. I started doing this when I noticed that just vacuuming in straight lines wasn't picking everything up. Some crumbs or hair would stay stuck in the fibers, especially on rugs or carpets. Going over it from two angles pulls up more dirt and everything looks cleaner. I don't do this for every single room, but I always do it for spots that get a lot of use, like the living room or entryway. It doesn't take more time, just a slightly different way of moving. And once it becomes a habit, you don't even think about it. I grab the vacuum, go one way, then shift and go the other. Done. The floors look better, feel better, and I don't have to redo anything later. If you've ever vacuumed and felt like it didn't really help, try changing your angle. It makes more of a difference than I expected. One next habit I've gotten better at is checking the fridge regularly. I used to open it, see the food, close it again, and ignore whatever was sitting in the back. Then a few weeks later, I'd find something expired, sticky, or growing something weird. Now I try to check it once or twice a week, usually before grocery shopping or when I'm putting new things in. I do a quick scan, pull out anything old, wipe small spills, move things around so I can actually see what's there. It takes 5 minutes. I don't do a deep clean every time, just enough to stay on top of it. This habit helps me waste less food, and it keeps the fridge from becoming a surprise project later. It also makes cooking easier because I know what I have and what I don't. If you ever feel like your fridge is out of control, try setting a day to check it. Fridays, Sundays, whatever works. The more often you do it, the faster it gets. One thing I do almost every day is grab a basket and collect stuff that's in the wrong place. Toys in the hallway, socks in the living room, water bottles on the floor, it adds up fast. Instead of running around putting things away one by one, I just walk through the house with a basket and toss everything in. Then, once I've made a full round, I go room by room and drop things off where they belong. It's quicker, it feels more organized, and it keeps clutter from taking over. I used to leave things where they landed, thinking I'd deal with it later. But later never came, and stuff just stayed out of place for days. Doing this once a day, usually in the afternoon or evening, makes a big difference. The house feels calmer, and I don't have piles building up in every corner. If your home always feels messy but you don't know where to start, try this. Grab a basket and do one sweep. No decisions, no overthinking. Just pick up, then put back. Let's move on to the next habit. Here's a habit that made decluttering actually work for me, taking decluttered items out of the house right away. Before I'd go through a drawer or closet, make a little pile of stuff to donate, and then just leave that pile sitting by the door or in the hallway for days, sometimes even weeks. The clutter wasn't really gone. It just moved to a different spot. Now I finish decluttering by walking the bag straight to the car. That way the stuff is out of the house and ready to drop off next time I'm out. If it's something to toss, I take it to the trash or recycling right away. This one extra step makes a big difference. It keeps the space clear and gives me that real done feeling. If you've ever felt stuck in the middle of decluttering, this might be why. Don't let the bags pile up. Move them out the same day if you can. Even if it's just to the trunk of your car, it counts. Another habit that keeps me from feeling all over the place is cleaning one area at a time, start to finish before moving on. I used to bounce around a lot. I'd start wiping the kitchen counter, then notice something in the hallway, then grab laundry from the bedroom, and by the end, nothing felt finished. It looked like I'd been busy, but everything was still kind of messy. Now I pick one spot. I stay there until it's done. If I'm in the bathroom, I wipe everything, take out the trash, shake the mat, then move on. If I'm in the living room, I reset the space before touching anything else. It feels better mentally, and it's easier to see progress. I'm not chasing messes all over the house. I'm just working through one space at a time. This habit is simple, but it stops that scattered feeling when everything looks half done. So if you often feel like you're cleaning all day but not getting anywhere, try this. Pick a spot, finish it, then go to the next. Another habit that makes cleaning easier is keeping my tools clean and ready to go. It sounds small, but it really helps. I used to go grab the vacuum and realize the bin was full. or reach for the mop and find the head was still dirty from last time. And when that happens, I'm more likely to say I'll do it later. Now I try to clean things right after I use them. I empty the vacuum rinse, the mop wash, the cloth, so next time they're ready. I also keep them where I can reach them quickly. No digging through cabinets or wondering where the broom went. It's just about removing that little bit of resistance. Because if everything's clean and in place, I'm way more likely to actually use it. This habit doesn't take extra time. It just shifts when I do it at the end instead of the start. And it saves me the frustration next time around. If cleaning already feels like a chore, don't make it harder. Keep your tools ready. It makes the whole process smoother. One habit that really changed how I clean is setting a time limit. For example, I'll tell myself I'll clean until noon, then I'm done. That's it. Before I used to clean on and off all day. I'd stop, get distracted, then feel like I was cleaning forever, but nothing looked finished. Now I give myself a clear window, maybe 1 hour, maybe 2, depending on the day. And once that time's up, I move on. I stop cleaning even if I didn't get to everything. This helps me focus. I move faster, make quicker decisions, and don't overthink. It also helps me protect the rest of my day. I'm not stuck in cleaning mode from morning to night. Even if I only get part of the house done, it feels like progress, because I finished what I planned. If you're someone who gets stuck in that never-ending feeling, try setting a time. Pick a finish point. You'll be surprised how much you can get done when you know exactly when you'll stop. Another habit that's helped me a lot is cleaning in small moments throughout the day. Not big cleaning, just quick resets when I have a few free minutes. Like while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I'll wipe the counter. Or if I'm on the phone, I'll tidy up the coffee table. It's not a full clean, but it keeps things from building up. I used to think I needed a full hour to get anything done, so I'd put it off. But those little pockets of time add up. 2 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and by the end of the day, the house feels more under control. I'm not saving everything for one big block of time. This habit also makes it easier to relax in the evening because I'm not staring at all the things I didn't get to. If your day is packed and you don't have time for long cleaning sessions, try this. Use the in-between moments. A quick pickup, a few dishes, a fast vacuum in one corner. It's not all or nothing, sometimes a little really is enough. Next, something simple that's made daily cleaning easier is keeping surfaces clear. I'm talking about tables, counters, shelves, places where things tend to pile up. I used to have way too much stuff sitting out. Decorations, papers, chargers, random things I meant to deal with later. It made wiping anything down feel like a big job. I'd have to move everything just to clean under it. Now I try to keep those surfaces as empty as possible. Just what we actually use or love. That way, when I clean, I can do it fast. No shifting things around, no clutter in the way. And visually, the space feels calmer. When the kitchen counter is clear, it looks clean even if I haven't done much else. Same with the nightstand or the coffee table. I don't aim for nothing, just less. If you're always wiping around things or feeling like the house is never tidy, look at your surfaces. Try clearing one and keeping it that way for a few days. You'll notice it's not just easier to clean, it feels better to walk past too. The last habit on my list is probably the most important, just having less stuff to begin with. When I had more things, I spent more time cleaning. More clothes to fold, more toys to pick up, more little items sitting on shelves that collected dust. It felt like I was always chasing the mess. Once I started letting go of what we didn't use, everything got easier. Not perfect, just easier. The rooms felt lighter. Cleaning took less time. And I didn't feel like I was constantly resetting the same piles. I'm not a strict minimalist, but I do pay attention to how much we actually need. If something's always out of place or no one's touched it in months, it's probably not worth keeping. This doesn't happen overnight. But over time, I've built the habit of asking, do we really need this? The less we have, the less there is to clean, and that means more time and energy for the things that matter. That's everything I wanted to share with you today. These habits might seem small on their own, but together they've made a big difference in how I manage the house and how I feel in it. You don't have to do all of them at once. Just pick one or two that feel doable right now and see how it goes. In the next video, I'll be talking about a few more cleaning habits that really shifted how I keep things under control, especially when life gets busy and the mess feels nonstop. So if that sounds helpful, make sure you don't miss it. If you found any part of this video useful, feel free to like, share, or subscribe to the channel. It really helps more than you know. Thanks so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.